Guys, welcome back to Bench Talk. This is the final part 3 video for our budget build, which is off a Howa 1500 action. Gone through a bunch of stuff in the past 11 or 12 months since the last time I posted a video. The way this rifle started off, right, was a standard lightweight Howa 1500, so it's not the normal cylindrical receiver. The sides have been milled. The bolt knob that I actually already had was bored out. This one's been cut off, threaded for a tactical bolt knob, but that's what we started with. We took the barrel off, we took the stock, we sold those. I think that put us around 200 bucks, if I remember right. Spent 120 bucks to have the bolt or receiver blueprinted, another 100 bucks to have the bolt face bushed, another 100 bucks to get a tactical bolt knob on it. The barrel, which is a Schillen alternate barrel, it's their heavy contour. It's 22 inches, it's a 1 1/8 twist, and it's chambered in 243 Ackley. And then I had it throated long, so currently I'm running my bullet 20,000s from Jam. So my jam point is basically 2.950, which is an AIC mag, max cartridge overall length, and so I'm running at 20,000s off, so my cartridge currently is loaded 2.930 inches. Thing shoots great. I really like it. I'm shooting 112 grain match burners at like 2950. For this rifle in particular, I'm using 243 Ackley brass, but it was fireform from Lapua 243 brass. So right, take 243, you load it up, you shoot it, you fireform it to the Ackley chamber, and then you do your load development from there. I'm using 6.5 stay ball, and then these are large rifle primer brass, so I'm using standard CCI 200 primers. It's not a crazy load, and yeah, even in a 1 1/8 twist, right, I'm pushing 112 grain match burners, which has been great. This will be a load that stays supersonic well past out 1,000 yards. On top of the receiver, I have I think it's a 20 MOA rail by Leupold, and then I have a Leupold Mark V, along with all the other Mark Vs I have behind me. I did have the entire thing Cerakoted. Technically, you don't need to do that, so I didn't include that in the budget. The original stock for this was a KRG Bravo stock for the Howa 1500 inlet, and I think I got it for about 350 bucks. I currently have that one sitting in my safe, waiting for another rifle that I'm going to build. This one is an XRS chassis by MDT. I actually really love it. It's a great stock. It comes in about a pound heavier when it has the normal forend. It comes in about a pound heavier than the KRG Bravo. Still a chassis style rifle stock, but is made to be more of like a Macmillan A5, like a fixed A5. I have swapped the front end or front forend of the stock and gotten the stock that has a built-in Arca rail the entire way. Technically it has a night vision bridge as well, which I will never end up using. But overall, great stock. I'm super happy with it, right? It fits into my tripods, which I'm mainly going to be shooting off of. I'm not shooting off of bipod or bags. It's a good setup. I really enjoy it. The rifle, I think, comes in about 15 pounds in the current configuration. And then on the end, I have a tuner, and then I have an Area 419 Hellfire brake. And I think it's a 6mm brake. It's definitely larger, if anything. It's not smaller. But I love the rifle the way it came out. I think total, if I'm going off of the old stock, I think total I'm at $1,450 or $1,415. The XRS chassis I actually traded for, so I paid I think 370 bucks for a carbon fiber stock from stockystocks.com. I had that, it was sitting around. I had used it for a build momentarily, and then I took it off because I didn't like the way it felt. Someone ended up hitting me up and had the XRS chassis, and they were like, hey, we'll do a straight up trade. It did come with the original forend, not this one, so I did buy the forend. Since I had an other rifle stock that I was going to use for this build, that's the price I'm going with. So I think I paid 350 bucks, but total in, excluding Cerakote, we're in $1,415. So cool option. Do you need to do this? No. So up above me is a factory Remington 700 SPS in 6.5 Creedmoor. It's a buddy of mine's. We just literally took it out of the factory stock, threw it in a KRG Bravo X-ray chassis, and threw a second focal plane VX3, I think it's a 4.5 by 14 by 50 and it's a Leopold. It's a Varmint Hunter reticle. It's one of my old scopes. That rifle does great for him. So for someone who just wanted to get into shooting, it was, I think, so he ended up actually buying that stock off me for like 350 bucks. So I think total I gave him the scope. So I think total in that rifle, he's in at about $850, which is great. Is it blueprinted? Has anything been done to it? No, but the gun still shoots 7 MOA with hand loads. It's a cool intro thing for him. It's a great system, just like the Howas, where he can do basically rebarrel it, blueprint it, do all kinds of stuff with it later. But currently, that's a great option. Same thing if you were to do that with a factory Howa 1500. I would say, right, if you have a pencil thin barrel, which most hunting rifles are going to come with a very thin contour barrel, right, those aren't going to give you accuracy over a multiple shot string, right? You can't take those out to the range and expect to do a 10 shot group under an inch. Guys who go out to the range with a full, 1.25 inch barrel like bull contour at whatever barrel length, they can go out to the range and shoot a 10 shot string, and the barrel will heat up, but not heat up to a point where they're going to start walking shots. With a small, thin profile barrel, you're going to start walking shots after probably 5, especially if you were shooting just consecutively one after another. That happened to come with a heavy, kind of like a heavy varmint style 6.5 Creedmoor barrel, and it does pretty well, especially if we're not shooting really hot loads through it. So it's a good option. Another good option, between now and the last time I did this video, a bunch of other rifles have come out. So right, Defiance, when it got bought out, all the prices basically doubled for their current action. Now they have I think it's a classic hunter action, and it's about, I think MSRP is right around $990, and same thing, right? It's held to extremely high tolerance like the rest of their actions, which is great. Another one is Aero Precision, right? The Solus, and you can go and buy just their action by itself, which I think it comes out to about 900 and something bucks, which is it super competitive? Probably not. If I was going to spend that money, I'd probably buy a Defiance or Mac Brothers action, which is the second rifle behind me, the lower one. That is my rifle, which if you guys want to see a video on that rifle, go to my YouTube channel and you guys can look at that along with a bunch of my other builds. That's also a great option. Those come in at about $770, right, plus shipping and whatever gross fees you have. If you're in the state of California where you have to do a firearms registration, or whatever charge your gun shop's going to charge you to have the action sent to you directly. But great option. $770 is awesome for an action that's held to basically the same standard as Defiance. It's plus or minus 1,000. These are actually picking up steam a lot since I bought since I have bought them. They have picked up a lot, not due to me, but just in the time. I think I bought 3 actions about a year ago, and in that time span there are a bunch of other guys that are shooting competitively with these, and so they're kind of picking up steam, which is really cool to see, because I do think they are a great action with a lot of features that other actions probably don't have. Same thing though, the Solus has a bunch of great features as well. Right, both of them have trigger hangers, side bolt release, stuff like that. Both take pre-fit barrels, which is great. The other thing though, which I wanted to mention in this video, is like currently Aero Precision actually has 20% off for a complete rifle, like their complete Solus rifle that they are building. They have a bunch of different models, but their lowest model is built off of a KRG Bravo stock. It has their Solus action, and then it has a basically heavy match contour barrel. It's either an MTU contour or a heavy Palma. 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6mm Creedmoor, and then I'm pretty sure they have a long action Magnum version that's 6.5 PRC, which is great. And all of them right now are going for like $1,480. And it comes with a Trigger Tech trigger already. And I think it's just their base trigger, but still, even the base Trigger Tech trigger, I think it's their special, is a fantastic trigger. That'd be a great option, and you wouldn't have to go through the hassle of doing what I did, where you're right grabbing a receiver, sending it off to a gunsmith, taking it back, sending the bolt off to someone to bush it, getting the bolt back, sending it off to someone to throw a bolt knob on, getting it back, sending it to Cerakote, waiting for a barrel to come in, having to put everything together yourself. I'd say that Solus on that 20% off deal, and they keep, I think I've seen them run that deal about a handful of times in the past 6 months. And especially if we hit a recession coming up, it's probably going to happen way more, right? Because people are not going to be buying high-end toys, right? People are going to be saving their money for bills and things like that. if we do actually go into a true recession. So if you have a solid job where you're not going to get laid off, right, this might be something that you can budget for where you're going to be shopping deals. But anyways, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Check out this build. At some point I will post a video of me at the range shooting it. Just unfortunately today the video is from the bench. If you guys want, check out the video for my 26-inch 243 Ackley. It's built off of Mac Brothers action. And I'll get back to you guys. Get out, have a good 2024, and go shooting.